This is the other board, isn't it?
Really, really, really elaborate.
Spice specimen.
The School of Sport, Runshaw College in Leyland, Lancashire. It's a department proud of its strong academic results.
Right, OK. If we can just settle down. What are we doing this week, then? We're looking at outdoor education and outdoor recreation. So by the end of the session, you're going to be able to define outdoor education and outdoor recreation. Okay.
It's a new academic year. And Angela Sidgreaves wants some reassurance and advice about her questioning techniques. Russell Lawrence, the straight-talking head of school, has come to help.
So we're talking about physical recreation. Just tell me again, Sally, what you said.
It can be active leisure, purposeful leisure.
Angela's taking a sports studies AS level theory class, and she's testing the students' previous learning.
What else might it do, Lucy?
It might help you to sort of expand your horizons, so you'll be thinking about doing different things.
OK.
So what you're doing now, obviously, you're now recapping, which obviously absolutely spot on.
Russell has brought along one of his most experienced teachers, Sarah Corner, to look at a DVD of the lesson and give Angela some new ideas.
What I would call your basic classroom management is absolutely superb. How do you feel about, you've taught them, what, 2 weeks now?
2 weeks, yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I feel I've got a good rapport with them now. They're very confident in answering. I think that is the nature of A-level students anyway. They like to give you their opinions and their views. So I've not really found that too difficult. They like to be involved. They like to put their ideas forward. So, it's just positive all the way. Oh, good. It's worked. OK. What do you think outdoor education is about? Put your hands up. Stu?
Does it allow whoever's taking part to have, like, a responsibility for themselves?
Yeah, could do. Kat, go on.
You get some independence because you're not stuck inside.
Now, what's the first thing you can see there in terms of reaction?
Hands up.
Hands up, right? So, students are really proactive, they're really volunteering their answers, they're really confident, and they've got trust in you.
And quite a biggie, really. Your outdoor education also avoids direct competition. Why have I chosen to mention that point? Andy?
Because if there's a winner and there's a result, it also means there's a loser.
So are you saying in normal educational sports?
Say if there was a competition to win, then there's also competition that someone's going to lose.
What's happening now, in your opinion?
I'm just trying to get more out of him, just to expand. For some people, it's an opportunity for them to overcome their fears.
If you've got like a fear or a phobia of where you're going, like if you're going on climbing and you've got a fear of heights, then that pupil in the class is like discriminated against them because they can't participate in the outdoor education.
OK. So what would you do as a leader in that situation?
There's nothing really. You can't take them up, can you? Well, if they're like getting hysterical, you're not going to take them up because it's dangerous to you and the rest of the group.
Okay.
So
what would you try and do instead?
Calm them down and leave them.
Leave them?
Yeah. Not leave them at the bottom with like supervision.
Right, or you could do what?
Try and do something else.
Do something else. Find an alternative for them.
What are you doing there?
Developing answers, developing understanding.
You're probing, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's a natural skill that you've got, and you've got to understand how effective you are.
Oh, and then, just going back slightly, what's the definition of outdoor education?
Going away from the school.
Although Angela's initial questions are OK, Sarah feels she could improve her supplementaries.
OK, good start. Andy, go on.
Participation in outdoor pursuit activities within the natural environment in order to develop educational values.
Well read. Well read. OK. Well read.
Try and shape the responses a little bit more. So, for example, when you said, what is outdoor education? What does it mean to you, outdoor education? And they came up with loads of ideas, all things that linked to the whole lesson. So they said risk and danger and things like that. But it didn't quite fit into the definition of outdoor education. So what you need to do then with your questioning is come up with, have some more questions up your sleeve.
Think about you yourselves when you've taken part in any education outdoor. Hang on a second. I just want you to have a look at this video. Can you all see that? Fellas over there, can you see that at the back?
Welcome to what we know will be the adventure of a lifetime.
It's a 90-minute lesson, and halfway through, Angela puts on a short video as stimulus material.
What I'm going to suggest is that the students weren't 100% clear as to what you wanted them to do, apart from, well, watch the video. Now, what I'm suggesting is that this element here could have been, more beneficial with a little bit more structure.
It'll be tough in places. It'll be fun in other places. But high endeavour is the first great quality of this adventure.
OK, we'll just leave it there. Just a little bit of a taster then.
Also try and then go back to their experiences. So you've seen these people on the video doing these activities. What did they get out of it? And then talk to your partner about the activities that you've done. What did you get out of it? And they love talking about their own experiences.
Angela also faces the challenge of managing a group of 4 enthusiastic boys.
What's real risk?
Yogi bear. Like, for example, when if you're walking through the woods and a bear appeared, like Stu said the other week.
Sorry?
It's a real risk would be if there was something that was really risky, like a bear.
Right. Only if there's one in the woods, isn't it? But the risk is real. Okay.
Yeah, it's real.
So let's give a more appropriate example. You're going on mountain activities. Real risks is a fast-flowing river and no qualified instructor. Why is health and safety a problem?
If it's not safe or anything for the children, then they've all signed responsibility forms and everything, all the parents and everything. If you break the responsibility for that child and they get hurt or something, then they could sue you or something like that. Plus, it's not good for the child either.
No, you're absolutely right.
And one thing that sort of was apparent was Stephen and co, at the back of the room, all 4 lads, all working together, all sticking their hands up. Any thoughts about, when you do your group work, splitting the whole of the class up, not just where they sat?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I am conscious of those 4 because they're very outspoken and like to be heard. So I'm always conscious that, when they stick their hands up, perhaps not to go for them directly first and make sure everybody else has, an input if they've got the hand up or whatever.
Did you notice what Stephen did when you didn't go for him? After he got 1 hand up.
He probably butted in.
No, he put 2 hands up.
Did he?
Yeah, and then he tapped on the back of the wall to try and attract your attention. He was quite polite, actually, in that respect. He wasn't rude or anything like that. No. But, as I say, have a think about,
Splitting them up is definitely a good idea. People wouldn't take part if they didn't enjoy it, yeah? They're doing outdoor recreation in their own time, out of their own choice. So if they're not enjoying, why bother?
Stress relief, get away from all your obligations.
Yeah, excellent.
It's what you want to do.
Stress relief.
Out of the normal.
Although Angela brings out the quieter students like Gary by giving them individual attention, Russell feels she needs to take a more active approach.
Stephen, what's the definition of outdoor recreation then?
I think you can take a risk. I really want you to have the confidence, though, to throw the shackles off, even if it doesn't work, and let them come up and write on the board. Let them put a flip chart up there, because what you'll do is facilitate other people in the class, not the lads who are going, yeah, but you'll get the other people then and give them an opportunity to feed back in their own way. Maybe group spokesman, but that's for you two to work on.
Later that week, Angela resolved to tackle 3 issues. She'll reduce the impact of the more dominant boys, she'll work on her supplementary questions, and she'll look for ways to increase active learning.
You need to close your files.
Angela starts the lesson with a quiz, dividing the class into 3 teams and splitting up the dominant boys.
Define the term play. It's worth 2 marks.
Oh, I don't know this one.
It develops social. No, not social. Develops. Yeah.
That's it. Activity. 1 mark.
Oh, yeah. Is it not? No,
That's why children.
Okay. Name 2 functions of leisure for the individual. So, Gary, what's on your piece of paper?
Develop social skills and relaxation.
Okay. So if you've got any of these, you can award a mark. Okay, right. Add up your scores. That's enough. Okay. Peeps. Andy, we've finished the game now.
Next, Angela uses a handout in the OHP to structure a series of more searching questions to analyse different sports.
If we move on to the strategic analysis, can we make any clarifications or any decisions on the skills that are used?
Like in football, it's a strategy to go around your man to skin your man. So that's a strategy.
In terms of your strategic demands, high or low, Stu?
High, because
Why?
you can do all sorts of tactics to win a game.
Yeah. It's highly tactical, isn't it? Yeah. What fitness demands do we need, Tom?
Stamina.
Stamina. Yeah, because you're running for 90 minutes nearly.
Finally, Angela brings some more active learning into the lesson by using mini whiteboards for the first time.
What are the 5 stages of the analysis framework?
I know this.
Can you repeat the question, please?
What are the 5 stages of the analysis framework?
Am I right?
Keep holding it up. Can I have a bit of an arm workout at the same time? Sally, can you tell us then what are the 5 stages?
Structural, strategical, technical, physiological and psychological.
Good, excellent. Right, write them off. In hockey, what factors would be considered in the technical analysis? Give 2 examples.
Sure, sport.
Technical analysis. Not a whole essay.
I've got my life story.
Yeah.
Well?
Oh, that was tough.
Yeah, I bet you feel uncomfortable, don't you?
Yeah, I did today, yeah. But they were
Why?
I don't know, they were a little bit more... I think it was because I started with a quiz at the beginning, which they really enjoyed, but it's sort of like...
Yeah, but why do you feel uncomfortable about it? What?
I don't know.
Just because there's a bit of noise?
Yeah, I thought I had a bit of a problem with almost control of them today. Don't know.
I don't. That nature of activity, yeah, you're going to get that. First time they've done it. Don't focus on that. You're not an animal trainer in that respect.
Yeah.
You know, we're not controlling them. We're stimulating their learning.
I enjoyed using the whiteboards. I think they kind of liked, although there was a few problems with them.
Yeah,
but
you're going to have to train them to use them.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen overnight. It's a constant process.
Yeah.
I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted. I want to see people doing things like that. I want to see risks. You put every single one of them under pressure without them probably realising it, because you give them a whiteboard. There's nobody that could opt out of that session.
No.
You know, if it had been a question and answer, it could have been half a dozen going boom, 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 boom. You made every one of them work. Has it given you confidence to experiment, to develop further?
Yeah, certainly, yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah.